Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another night here in the SMB3 Randomizer. This is the final match in the round of 16, and we are all set to decide the final member of our quarterfinals. I am Cyclone. I'm joined by the Haxer. How are you doing tonight, the Haxer?
Hey, doing pretty well, man. I thought this was going to be the Kansas versus North Dakota State basketball game. This is March Madness, right?
No, I think you're on the wrong channel.
Oh, okay. Anyway, memes aside.
So we have HUmanMustard versus MaCobra52. As I said, last round of our group of 16. We're going to have our last member of the quarterfinals decided in the next, I don't know, two and a half, 3 hours or so. Why don't you tell us about this matchup and the flags that we're using tonight?
Good questions, man. So first of all, this matchup could actually be a finals matchup, but it's not. We get it in the first round here. Well, technically there's a round before this. It's technically the second round, but they're kind of like a playing round. So, but yeah, MaCobra unfortunately did not go 6-0, so he ended up being seated probably lower than you'd expect. And so Mustard's reward for being seated high is he gets to play MaCobra right away. So yeah, this should be a really, really good matchup between these two. And yeah, you could definitely see the winner of this one, and even the loser could have made it all the way to the finals. So
yeah, I expect this to be a fantastic matchup. And as you said, these are two really top tier runners. The fact that we had one of them not get 6 wins means that obviously they're running into each other now, and one of them is going to go early, which is sad because they're both good runners, obviously. But at the end of the day, everyone's going to go except one runner. So survival of the fittest in a sense. And we're going to have a really good matchup here. This is a great match to keep an eye on tonight, and we are going to keep an eye on it. So with that said, what world do you think is going to be first tonight? Actually, never mind. We're on world 1.
Fred's first.
And we are going to start in World 4, Fort 1, where the hot feet are normally introduced. We have some booze on some of the candles today. So we never talked about the flag set. The flag set that's going to be going on is the same flag set we used in pools with a couple of exceptions. All the worlds are randomized. All the stages in the worlds are randomized. You can have a tank that represents a regular fortress. You have a fortress that represents regular tank. You have a tank that represents Atlantis, which is one of the beta stages. So we're going to have all the stages shuffled. All the castles, forts, and such are going to be shuffled among themselves. All the airships shuffled among themselves. Every other stage shuffled among themselves. And the end card game is turned off. You're not going to be able to pick up items from flipping cards. You're going to have to live off the land and the Hammer Brothers and Toad Houses if you so choose. And also, one more change is that something else. My train of thought there. Sorry about that. Oh, the hammers do not break locks. That's what I was trying to remember.
Oh yeah. The hammers don't break the locks, yeah. So we already see a route divergence between the two. We have a 50-50 fort selection here, and they both chose different forts. So we'll see who ends up being right. And it looks like it's going to be HUmanMustard, actually. So he's going to get a level advantage here, which is pretty significant. You really don't like seeing stuff like this early on in the seed. And MaCobra is probably feeling kind of bad right now. He feels like there's probably a good chance Mustard chose the other fort. So,
and good runners will do that. They will. Any runner will think the other runner made the right decision and feel behind immediately. So, guarantee you, MaCobra feels like he's behind.
But we're so early, it doesn't really matter. But it could eventually. Then we also get 5-8 here, which is a pretty annoying randomizer stage, honestly. MaCobra getting P-speed there and doing it absolutely perfect, using the Lakitu to get to the end of the stage.
I like that you qualify that with the word randomizer when you said a pretty annoying stage. It's just an annoying stage in general, I find. Yeah,
if you don't speed run that stage, then you'll probably find a lot of difficulty with it. Strangely enough, with the speed run stats, it's pretty consistent in vanilla, but in randomizer, you get a lot of different enemies there that provide some unique challenges for you on that one.
That's right. So MaCobra coming to the end of that stage right now. We have a Hammer Brother fight for HUmanMustard. No bucks, not the most useful item. Can help if we have the Piranha plants late, but otherwise not really that useful.
It's actually pretty decent in brackets just because you can skip a lot of Hammer Bros with it. I don't find Hammer Bros to be particularly useful in general in brackets, so you could potentially use it to skip as many as 3 Hammer Bros in World 4, for instance, just depending on how it's set up.
I can see your point on that. I can certainly see the benefit to skipping them. With that
Yeah.
said, there are still a few items like the June Clouds and the occasional usable hammer that can still be found from them. So you still want to fight at least some of them.
Yeah, it really depends on what you're getting from the letters, to be honest. If I get a hammer from a letter, like I really don't have any interest in fighting him usually for the rest of the seed. It just kind of depends on how that goes. But yeah, there's some useful items still. Music boxes are still useful. You can get hammer suits, you can get fire flowers from them, and those are useful for Bowser. So there's definitely some stuff to look out for. And speaking of useful items, getting a frog suit right away, you love to see it.
Oh, it's the most useful item. You have to kill Bowser with it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Mustard's already got his Bowser item.
And MaCobra also will now have that. You said that was on the letter, I believe. So both runners have that now. And we have Piranha for it.
Yeah, this is a lot of people's least favorite levels. It's actually my favorite level in Mario 3. I just love the way the speed strats look in this one. So thankfully, the way this is set up in Randomizer, you can still speed strat the top section pretty easily, but there is some challenge in the bottom section because as we see right there, the enemy's being a little trolly for Mustard, but he does make it through with a damage boost. So
yeah, the tunnel of very, very tough love. You're going to tend to just damage boost through that because there's usually a lot of things in the way there.
Yeah, and of course, being it's Piranha Fort in World 4, it's not the fortress. They just like punishing you here in World 4. Yeah. So,
and that
Mustard choosing to use this to just at least have some sort of power up. And this is a pretty good usage here because if he keeps it, it actually is going to really help in the bottom section of this level. So, pretty ideal usage, actually.
Yeah, if you go into a stage, you notice a water stage, especially a stage like 7-6 or 7-9, using the frog suit timely like that can really help you. Even on 7-4, I think it would work. I mean, to say 6-7, 6-6, and 6-9, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So MaCobra taking a death there in 1-5. Clips into the ceiling trying to do the jump over the Piranha Plant. That is the risk you run, particularly the small Mario there. You have to be really, really accurate in terms of where you jump, that you're jumping past where the flat section of the wall meets the angled section.
So HUmanMustard taking the intentional coin ship death there.
Yeah, and music boxing both the Hammer Bros. I'm not sure that was a great usage though, because well, I guess maybe he thinks he's going to come back with a power up, in which case, that might be warranted. But if he was using it to try to skip one, he's probably not going to be able to do it here because he's got to come all the way back. So
yeah, after clearing 2 stages, that note box runs out of batteries.
But yeah, I'd imagine he used it there because he doesn't want to fight him small, and I don't disagree necessarily. And it looks like he's justified taking the death there, only getting a star from the air or the coin ship. So,
and he had a nice jump to avoid the Angry Sen at the end of the stage there too, jumping over the Koopa and only doing a short hop so he could still jump and avoid the sun jump for the card. That was nice movement there.
Yeah, it's gonna damage boost through here. It's a really good idea in this stage to use the screen scroll to your advantage to disable some of these Piranha Plants from firing fireballs. And oh my goodness, this is something else right there. Wow.
Oh, this is nasty. Yeah, get in the pipe and avoid those. Look for a power-up. That's a Hammer Brothers suit. Now can you keep it until Bowser?
That's a good question.
Wow.
Of course, he's not going to be able to because immediately is going to have to get rid of it for a tail.
Oh, that's fun.
I could have seen that coming, honestly. Like in reality, I should have seen it. Is it still loud? All right, I'm switching audio here. Anyway, so yeah, this will be the fortress that does build the bridge here.
Yeah, we're kind of out of places to do that now, so it has to be. So World 1, World 4, we're going to get to the second airship, and we're going to see which airship it is when we get there. MaCobra does not have a Hammer Brothers 2 coming in here. Good thing, because he would be losing it.
Interesting choice to fight this Hammer Bro. I know that Mustard and I have talked about the Hammer Bros, and like I tend to skip them, and I think he's worried about hammers potentially, so I don't know. I mean, I guess, but...
I think he's looking for Jugen Clouds.
And he does get a hammer, speaking of, so... yeah, I don't know if I would have gone out of my way to fight that Hammer Bro in particular, because, you know, with the way it was set up, he was guaranteed to fight these two anyway. And getting the trolley fight there, that is an awful square. So the Hammer Bro fights are dependent on the square you fight them on, so getting the double vanilla Hammer Bros with the sand stage is really rough.
I like the ones that just fall off the screen.
Oh yeah, when you get the World 4 stage and you get those Hammer Bros, yeah.
Yeah. So we are on the World 7 airship here, and one of the trickier airships to maneuver, but HUmanMustard is at the end. Let's see what he has for us today, how tough he is.
So he's thick, and he's at least 4 hits. And it's 5. Alright. Ooh, MaCobra taking some damage there. Gotta be careful.
He can get hitboxed here, and if he does, that's another play at the stage. Should be fine now, yep. So we are going to get another letter from the princess, but first they call me the Wanderer.
Yeah, the Wanderer.
Yeah. What's our item on the letter? We have a star.
So he does end up getting World 6 here. So we know that this fort isn't required in order to beat the world, but I think he should definitely still break the lock here. Just in case, sometimes this builds a bridge from a pipe that you can go in and saves you a significant amount of time in this world. So it's always to your advantage to, without knowing what the obstacles are in the world, to decide to fight the Boom Boom here.
It can also break a lock leading through a quicker route through the world as well. So I do agree in this case, this particular world, it is good to clear this particular fort.
Yeah, I think the only exception would be is if you saw a bunch of obstacles on your screen, right? And one of them was clearly not required for completion, then you're like, okay, well, that's probably the one, you know? But yeah, seeing no obstacles here, definitely the right choice.
And meanwhile, we are now in the Navy, so sail the mighty seas here. Or lava milk, whatever you want to call it.
Getting another star here. So he's got a couple stars now. Interesting that he chose to go out of his way to fight that Hammer Bro. He might not have the hammer, actually. That's interesting. I didn't consider that. I figured they both had the hammers, so... Mustard using the tail to his advantage there, actually being able to take out the burrow a little quicker. He'll definitely hammer here. The pipe's going to allow him to at least skip one stage. Minimum. And, okay. Well,
that is more than one stage.
Okay, he did have the hammer. Interesting.
And a French vanilla.
Yeah, interesting that both decide to fight the Hammer Bro. With a hammer already, I probably would have chose to skip it, to be honest.
I still think they're looking for 1 or 2 Jugen Clouds just in case they find a stage that's not palatable to them. That might be why they're still playing the Hammer Brothers. But still, this was a French vanilla airship, and Lemmy is in his French vanilla room.
Yeah, this is the best airship to fight Lemmy on, to be honest. He's pretty awful in most airships, or if you get off cycle, kind of like Mustard, did here, unfortunately. But yeah, and this 5 hits as well. Okay, he's got to be really careful here.
MaCobra just took the lead. Yeah, HUmanMustard had a little bit of difficulty with that fight. As you said, he got off cycle, and MaCobra just dropped him straight 5 hits and instantly in the lead.
Yeah, I think most people think Wendy's the worst boss to fight, but I actually disagree. I think it's Lemmy. 5-hit Lemmy on most stages is the worst. The bouncy balls seem to always be kind of guarding him.
And you just bounce off of him instead of taking a hit from him. By the way, I think that was a cloud in Juke in the letter. We had a guess in chat that something was next. No, round 2. Oh, it was a mushroom? I thought it was a cloud.
Yep. So the pipe does allow them to skip a level here, technically. So it's pretty good.
Oh, those annoying shakes.
Let me think. 1, 2. No, I think they skipped 2, actually, now that I think about it. Well, no, sorry, it's 1 level, because they could go to the clouds. Yeah, So 1 level here. Mustard's going to have to go back and play this level. Go to the fort, but... Ooh, and that's some really fortunate frog suit usage here. It's going to make this level much faster.
That is very fortunate frog suit usage. This is what I was talking about earlier with just by chance using it to get rid of it, and hey, you're in the water. That'll let him speed through this 7-4 stage. Now he gives it up.
Choosing to take damage. Yep, at the end there, purposefully, because it'll allow him to get to the card much faster, and he doesn't want to keep it anyway.
Yeah, that was his whole intention, to lose it. Next stage is going to be a water stage now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And does avoid taking damage from the fire bros there, so that's pretty good. Those are usually pretty tough to avoid. So again, going out of his way to fight the bros there, but it does end up paying off this time. We'll see if Mustard chooses to do it as well.
Yeah, that Doom Cloud can be a bit of an advantage later on if there's something really lengthy coming up. And HUmanMustard taking the slower path with the tail through 7-4.
Yep. Not too much slower, though. He's navigating it pretty well, but yeah. Can't be as quick as a frog, unfortunately.
And MaCobra clearing the only boom boom that actually jumps straight up. The rest of them don't, and it's because of the ice that's designed to do that.
Yeah, that one's actually pretty awkward to fire kill as well. So it does a nice job there. And Mustard having a really fortunate item here for this fortress, so he should be able to pick up a little bit of time here.
He loses the tail there. I don't think that was intended.
Well, he definitely wanted to lose it. I don't know if he intended to lose exactly where he did, but he definitely wanted to, just to get P-Speed and be able to P-Speed through that last section.
Where he did, I didn't think he meant to.
Yeah, sometimes you don't really have much option because those roto discs rotate in such a way.
Nice move by MaCobra using the jumping Micro Goomba block to jump over the wall of blocks above him. That was a nice move.
So yeah, Mustard getting forced to fight the Hammer Bro and getting Cloud from it, so... pretty even here. About, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 seconds advantage to MaCobra. He does have fire, so that is an advantage, especially on this flat stage. He could potentially get a nice fire kill here. And all the Koopalings have been 5 hits so far, so... Oh, never mind. The thing about Morton is... he's got a billion different... Oh my god, is this going to be a 5-hit? Okay, it was 4. Dang.
We were almost there.
Yeah, so 19 total hits in the first half for the Koopalings. Really bringing the heat today.
Yeah, Bowser made sure they were well fed for this matchup. He knew this was going to be a good matchup. And we have about a 7-second difference. I was just watching the timers there as they dropped in.
Yeah, I guess Bowser was the one looting all the grocery stores.
Ooh, we have another frog suit.
And this would be a great time to use it. They probably won't. Oh,
Yeah, there was a hit right there to do it, and just completely randomized chance that would be a hit to do it. And HUmanMustard probably regretting using that P-wing right now.
yeah, it was interesting. He must have forgot he had already played Fort Knox. It's the only thing I can think of because there's not really too many forts left where a P-wing's that useful. It's pretty good in 6 Fort 1. It does allow you to kind of skip a little bit of the carpet ride, but still.
And both boom booms now fall.
So this is where it gets interesting. So if this is the paradox pipe, they're probably both going to take a death to view the upper section of the world. And they definitely should, because potentially that fort could be required for completion of this world. So we'll have to see Mustard using some nifty damage boosting there to get some P speed. So that's pretty good. This is one of the levels where it's always good to have the double power up for that reason.
Yeah, avoiding that those two trolley blocks that push you back if you bump into them. And we are going through the pipe now. We're going to find our way to the sky.
Yep, and it is required, so they're gonna have to go back and go across the bridge and play the fortress, unfortunately.
It's gonna be a long World 5.
Yep. Yeah, they still have 3 stages to play afterwards, too, so yeah, this is on the rougher side for World 5 for sure.
Yeah, this definitely looks like a World 5 you can't skip too much of. You don't have a lot of clouds to do that with, even if you had that option. Now, I did see that the pipe did lead to the Spiral Tower past the stage, so you can at least skip that stage next to the Spiral Tower. That is passable with the pipe in the sky, but yeah, other than that, a lot of this world is being done. Shiny Jump chasing HUmanMustard.
Pretty fortuitous item usage there. As I mentioned before, that fight is just awful. So I think they're both getting it here too. Yeah. Thankfully for Mustard, he saves a lot of time there because he didn't go inside of the block. So
yeah. And is he going to do the other hammer fight? Yes, he is. Another Starman.
yeah, at this point, the hammers are useless unless they get 2 of them for World 3. So yeah, we'll see what we get for the rest of the seed here.
We are in World 8 fort. Needless to say, the best fort of the game.
I'm gonna disagree with that, but there are worse forts.
Well, you can definitely speedrun it very fast. That's easy to do compared to Piranha Fort.
Yeah, it is faster than Piranha Fort, that's for sure, and Randomizer. It's actually longer in vanilla, interestingly enough. This is the longest level in the game that you can actually cloud in vanilla Mario 3. That's not an auto-scroller anyway.
And back in the sky, MaCobra is, and HUmanMustard will not be far behind. Hey, another hammer brother. Hey, a P-wing.
So yeah, Mustard can get some time back if he does skip that hammer brother. Not particularly useful there. He might try to look for the second hammer though, and that doesn't matter. I mean, he could go through the pipe and skip it, and he's gonna do it, so... Does save a bit of time doing that, actually.
So Boss Pass isn't home to have you for lunch today in this stage, so we're going to get to go somewhat safe journey here. Except for that flying mini or Paragoomba.
Yeah, getting a boost from the bro Paragoomba there.
Oh, and I misread the map. That Spiral Tower was not before this, not after this stage, it was before it, so my misread there. He does have to play this stage.
So Frog Suit usage on point here. This is a really good level to use that on as well.
And didn't want to wait for the Bessie there, so going to lose the frog suit, just swim the rest of the way.
Using the P-Wing there. Pretty good airship to use the P-Wing in. It's going to allow him to skip a decent amount of this airship, as well as he gets to go for the off-screen wand grab here.
Maintains his speed along the path as well. That's a good one to do.
Just kidding.
Had to curse it. That was a 4-hitter.
So another 4-hitter, huh? So we got 3 5s and 2 4s.
Pretty good hand poker.
You're not wrong. That's a full house. You're not wrong. And also funny because, I mean, 5 and 4 are extra hits, so the thick house, we can call it.
There you go. So we found World 7. It's not the last world before World 8, but it is one away. And let the pipe maze commence. So it doesn't like the first pipe, heads to second pipe on the start screen. Oh, wow. We still need to build a bridge, but that is a direct find of the end. HUManMustard going the wrong way. May find the fourth, though.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. He's just got to find the fort, and he definitely is going the right way. So I think. Yep, sure enough.
Yep, there it is.
Or maybe not. Maybe
there's
not.
2 forts.
This actually might be the difference in the game right here. I mean, this is going to be, man, if Mustard doesn't have to play this stage, this is going to cost a significant amount of time.
We will see in a moment. MaCobra is in the boom boom fight. HUManMustard is in the other half of 5-3. One of those really a little bit longer, somewhat annoying stages to have to play.
And I don't know what that did at all. So
me neither, because we're looking for a bridge. We're playing the Piranha Plant stage, so let's see if that stage will not completely make up 5-3. It will take a little bit of time, but not the full amount of time that 5-3 did. So HUManMustard is in fire for it, and we're going to find out with MaCobra in a moment whether he played the correct thing.
And he did. So unfortunate that this is probably going to be the difference here. This is such a hard deficit to overcome now. He really played. He doesn't even know how to get to the other fortress yet either.
Yeah, this is gonna probably be a huge difference. Now it's not over yet. World 8 can still do, things that World 8 does. I think we still have World 3 as well. That could also do some nasty things. I've seen that decide a couple races.
Yeah, that can happen for sure. So
MaCobra is done. Airship number 6. HUManMustard sees the unfortunate truth.
Oh man, he's gonna get really turned around here too.
By the way, it looks like Ludwig was only a 2-hitter. Ludwig usually is the weak one when everyone else is strong.
Considered the cloud usage there, but is going to wait till he gets a free usage here in this world. So he'll probably do it, not after this level, but probably the next one.
Yeah, he will definitely use it somewhere here instead of saving it for World 8, because there's only 3 stages you can really skip in World 8, and one of those 3 stages can control a lock that leads to your fate. So really brings down to 2 stages you can skip. It's not really usable, therefore, in World 8.
Actually, on second thought, I don't think he can use it here either. He probably had to use it on this level, to be honest. So if that does lead to the end and there is a lock, then he's got to play the level anyway, and it ends up being a waste, so...
Well, he may play this level, and then he may look for another one to skip if he needs to. He'll probably play... Yeah, he looked like he considered it and then thought about it, and he's going to play 8-1, and you know what? He might just skip this anyway. Be a gamble, but he might try it. Yep, he's going for it.
Looks like he's going to gamble, so... And it works pretty well there for him.
What did HUmanMustard just do?
Oh, he just clipped into the pipe after getting the item.
I've never seen that.
Yep, you can clip there. No problem. Well, I mean, it's not guaranteed or anything, but it's like any other clip.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just swag, so...
Don't do it before you get the item, or you're kind of just gonna be sitting there for a while.
Yeah, pretty much.
HUmanMustard gets his one, but he is now a little bit behind here. And MaCobra has found the castle. That was a very quick World 3. The vessel with the pestle.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
He only had to play 3 stages there, so ends up being pretty 5-head cloud usage.
Oh, he got the one.
The off-screen grab. Yep. Another 4-second time save there.
Yeah, we're just gonna extend the lead by another few seconds here. However long that few seconds is. Who does your taxes? He probably has to pay a really good accountant.
True, Mario always collecting them coins, man.
Yeah. Can you write off the coins that go towards 1-ups?
Alright, he's not going to be happy drawing the stage after just clouding, because this is a pretty scary stage. He does get a pretty fortunate enemy there in the ghosts, so...
The big Koopas have found their way here.
Yeah, and it ends up working out pretty well. That was actually a pretty quick 8-1, to be honest, so... Probably faster than he would have played 5-1.
Yeah, that was a very fortunate enemy set there.
Yep.
And he will now do his castle, and he will find his way to, or to the fort rather, will find his way to the castle in the last airship. MaCobra, meanwhile, gets a fight out of the way. And we're not going to see what this does. But there's a lock right there. The sea did not disappear, so that could have been a bridge. We never played the bridge game, by the way. I don't think we saw it yet, so if anyone wants to take a guess, go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like he's got to play the level for progression, potentially. So, honestly, if Mustard goes and plays the level and checks that last pipe right away, he might have a chance here.
We found 1.5 beta, and it seems to mix the pyramid entrance mechanic with it, so suggesting to me the pyramid was made later on.
Getting the despawn on the last piranha plan's interesting. I don't think I've seen that one.
And 1-up obtained. Note on those cards, by the way, runners will tend to not have 3 of the same card appear because they want to avoid the fireworks celebration at the end for getting 3 of the same item and extra 1-ups to waste time. One, 2, this is, by the way, and 1, 2 is a quick stage with big Koopa Troopas in it.
Yep, choosing to do the hand bridge there in the event he's got to go back across it, so... Alright, this is going to give us all the information we need here, I think. Yeah, so Mustard going right for the correct pipe, actually. I think there's going to be one bridge, maybe two, though.
These enemies are pretty vanilla in 401. Ooh, a death to the nipper. Was that a fire nipper?
I don't know. He purposely took a death there because he got drawn in by hand, so...
I see. Ooh,
so this is where it gets interesting. Ooh, yeah.
That was way too risky. Way too risky.
So yeah, two bridges, kind of what I thought. I only saw the two locks, so... I think the first fortress that MaCobra played actually built one bridge, so... the question is... which is, yeah, I think this one builds a bridge.
I think so too. Either that or open a lock we hadn't seen yet.
Yeah, unless there was a lock on the hand bridge or something, which is entirely possible.
Mm-hmm. We still haven't found Bowser's Castle, by the way.
Well, he hasn't. We have. It's the third pipe on the opening screen.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it is that one.
So HUmanMustard found it, and MaCobra just hasn't played that stage yet. And that's a death to a Koopa Troop, a large Koopa Troopa's head.
Yeah, I still think he needs at least one bridge here, so on MaCobra's side. I think one of the hand bridge levels does it, so we really need Mustard probably to do those two levels to have a chance here, which I think he's gonna do here, probably.
MaCobra using the frog suit, I'm disappointed. I'm supposed to be for Bowser.
Running out of some inventory there, yeah. Gets the trolley Koopa there. Does a nice job of avoiding him, so... Nifty moves by Mustard and just going right through the Piranha Plant. He has
right
time
through
to
it.
So yeah, we'll see. I think it's one bridge. Yep. I think it is. Okay, so this gets very interesting now. He does have the hand already played and beaten, so if he gets back in time, he does have a slight advantage. But the question is, does he remember which pipe is which? He seems to be having a little trouble here with the pipes.
HUmanMustard did get pulled in by the hand and went ahead and cleared the stage without taking the death, so he has done that hand bridge stage now as well himself.
Oh my god, it's even.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It is literally synced up right now. Actually, I think this thing's just a slight amount off, but they're pretty much tied with each other.
Yeah. He has a little advantage. He did get earlier P speed here. The question is, though, if someone goes back and checks, and the other person doesn't and plays the other level, and the other level's the bridge. Honestly, you should... Oh, man, you should play the other level here. Like... And he's not gonna do it, so we'll see what... Oh, man. Okay. And that is the level. We know. We know that's the level. Okay. The lock's still there.
Hmm.
So, Mustard finding the pipe first.
Wow.
MaCobra getting turned around a bit. Oh, no!
No!
Okay, it was the tank. The tank was the other bridge, so MaCobra... Okay, interesting.
And
Wow.
MaCobra has it.
Yep,
So-
it's that tank right there.
No Hamburger suit, so we're gonna have to do this without the ability to kill Bowser via heavy pounding things.
Yeah, now he's going to end up playing the Navy, and this isn't the one at all, so unfortunate. It is going to give him a path to the other level, but it's going to be too late here.
Yeah, gonna be a little too late at that. By the time MaCobra gets to the end and takes out Bowser here. Going for the clip and not getting it yet. That one was a little weak place, and there's a good one. So about a 15-second break here, then MaCobra will get to fight Bowser. And here's Bowser.
Gets a quick jump there, but ooh, it does take him out. Good stuff.
Very nice placement. So MaCobra is going to be the winner of the first of these two races here, or possible three races here. This is a best of 3 for those just joining us. MaCobra is going to take a 1-0 lead with the first victory, and there it is with an official SRL time of 39 minutes and 29 seconds. Hit your GG's in chat.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mustard here, I think the World 7 kind of sealed his fate. I think he played World 8 a bit better overall, but just too much of a hurdle to overcome. And unfortunately for him, too, the one fortress he played wasn't the one. So there must have been a lock on the handbridge. It
wasn't they played the World 7 wrong. It's just that in a different seed, that would have been the right one.
Yeah.
So they both took a different fort. It could have been MaCobra who had to make the extra trip and do another fort, and then HUmanMustard would have been the winner right now. So that's one of the things about Randomizer. Every decision could be the right one.
Yeah, he gambled a little bit going to the far pipe, so definitely probably felt like he was behind, which in reality they were pretty close at that point. So
they weren't too far apart then, but that really put a wedge between them, and that's how MaCobra ended up coming to the win, as HUmanMustard does find the 2 bridges and is now crossing. And he's going to take the frog suit just for fun, because that's what he does. Now you can't duck in the frog suit, so hiding in Bowser's feet I don't think will work here.
No. Yeah, it makes this fight significantly harder here. Also, he's not going to be able to clip here, so he's going to have to wait out these rotodiscs. Oof. Going the lower route here.
Apparently the audio's still good. Let's dispute that. We got that fixed. So we do with the Bowser fight. He did lose the frog suit, it looks like. So he is going to get to duck in Bowser's feet after all.
Yep, taking the Bowser kill the old-fashioned way. And there it is. Here we are.
And there we are. So he does go through. We do have an official SRL time of 42 minutes and 47 seconds. And get your GGs in chat for him if you haven't already. So yeah, you were already saying, Haxer, what you felt the difference was. You feel the World 7 was the huge difference, and that's really what made the difference in this race. It was about a 3-minute difference, and that's about the amount of time that he spent having to do the extra stages there.
Yep. I mean, he lost a little extra time in World 8 here just because, you know, he kind of memed at the end too. But yeah, that kind of ended up costing him there, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was memeing, I think, because he knew the race was lost at that point. But yeah, I would consider that because he would have still done the castle well, I think, without doing that. It was just that decision in World 7 that really made the difference there.
Yeah, it's tough to come back from playing the extra levels. So he was fortunate early. He picked the right for it. And then at the end, unfortunately, went the wrong direction. So randomizer very even this time around, I guess.
Indeed. So we need to get ready for race number 2. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a moment here and get ready, get that second seed set up, get them positioned for another run in the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer brackets here. Final match in the round of 16, and we're going to be on to the quarterfinals after this matchup. So with that said, stay tuned. We will be right back with race number 2 of a possible 3. Stay tuned.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to the game 2 of this best of 3 here. So Mustard having to take this one in order to get back into it. So tournament life here on the line for Mustard. And MaCobra looking to close them out in 2 games. So we'll see what happens here. I think we did have a game 3 earlier, right? Between DLP and Tapatio J. That's what I heard.
I didn't want to spoil anything about what happened in that race, so I will not answer that question. But yeah, we did have that matchup earlier. It was just recently done, so I want to give people a chance to watch it if they missed it. But with that said, yeah, we're getting ready for game number 2 here, and we have a new seed set up and ready to go. Both runners are ready, and we're going to get started. And the first seed just came down to World 7, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, World 7, just too much of a commanding lead for MaCobra after that, even with the unfortunate World 8 routing for him. Just, yeah, it was a little too much to overcome, so... We'll see if Mustard can bounce back here. And honestly, the routing of that seed was a little rough. There's a lot of decisions. It wasn't very linear. So not something you'd like to see really as the randomizer player.
So here we are. We've reset the bottom of the screen. We're on a 1-0 lead for MaCobra. A win here. Close out the series and move on to the quarterfinals. A win by HUmanMustard ties it up, and we see a game number 3. And this is a matchup you want to see go to 3, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd expect this one to go 3, but it seems like the number hasn't been 3, unfortunately, this tournament so far. I don't know why. I mean, you know, apparently they're not reading the book for the Holy Hand Grenade or something. We've already got our first beta stage in the first stage, and I've actually commentated a couple of 3s, so I must have just been lucky. Yeah, I haven't seen a single 3 yet. So. Well, either you're gonna get your first 3 or I'm gonna get my first 2. We'll see. Getting a hand stage right away, so they get a free item here. The easy hand stage too.
Oh,
so
what an
item!
Hammer
suit.
What an item! That is a great item to get. We're gonna hang on to that.
And Mustard choosing to blow it right away. It's actually a pretty good level to hammer suit in, to be honest. Can take out these thwomps in your way. As well as, unfortunately taking some damage there, but that's alright. Got the Starman right after, so still killed the thwomps anyway, and we're getting our orb. Yeah, getting another easy fort here. Well, I guess the other fort wasn't easy, but this fort is quite easy, so... I wouldn't involve a fort. Shouldn't have too much problem here. Yeah, same flags as the first seed. All seeds in the brackets are the same. We are going to have no end card game. We're going to have hammers not breaking locks. All the fun stuff. So I guess the hope is that this pipe coming up here is the pipe. I can't imagine there's another fort in World 3. There could be. I've definitely seen it, but... there could be.
mean, we could have a 1 fort or 2 fort World 6, so it's definitely possible.
And skipping the item there for MaCobra and 1-3. See if Mustard chooses to go for it or not here. And not with that enemy set.
No, that's ugly. So, no item there, and MaCobra is in the pipe and is going to go backwards and come out forwards. And go back. And
Alright, so
back again.
there is a third fortress, and I don't see... We'll see when if he scrolls the screen here, but oh, there is a lock, okay. So they did beat the fortress that they needed already. There's a lock on the island, so...
Yeah, we're in the airship already, and HUmanMustard also finds the airship just a few seconds behind. That's the World 1 airship.
That was actually a pretty fortunate configuration that it's 3 forts there and the third fort isn't needed, because basically that's just one less fort you have to worry about for the rest of the game.
Yeah, very nice arrangement there, and both runners have their wand. And we have a not a thick Wendy this time, no Baconator today.
Yeah, pretty close here. Mustard does have an advantage with the tail, especially if the first level in this next world's a fort, and it's Fort Knox. We already saw it, I think, last seed where that happened, so...
I see we have the
And
LZ.
look at that.
Oh, I see we have the LZ Cards fan criteria going in chat. The Junior Double Cheeseburger Wendy, I believe, or something like that. Want Wendy's. So
Yeah, we got the Air Force here. No auto scroll. Ends up being just kind of a little platforming stage. Can be a little tight at times, but no problem for these two guys.
look where the pyramid is located.
Oh, I missed it. Let's see.
We'll see it again here. It's I love to see the pyramid where it is in this world because it just matches the scenery so nicely. And there it is.
That's funny. The group of pyramids there, amazing. Oh, MaCobra. Ooh, all right.
That's unfortunate.
So, yeah, unfortunately, the animation time there freezing for him and causing him to take that death because he missed his A press.
Yeah, I'm actually upset that the pyramid was not located here in the original game and the fort right before the castle.
Yeah, I never even noticed that. You know, I play this game all the time, and I never even look at the background in some of the worlds.
MaCobra had to take his time here. Sludge Brother could have been very dangerous for right before the card.
So yeah, Pipe's pretty good here. Allows him to skip a couple stages, so this is pretty nice. Hammer would have been completely useless if they had one, so... Well, I mean, it would have saved the Pipe transition, I guess, but not the best Hammer usage.
HUmanMustard looking for a item, finds the leaf, says nope, keep my fire. We are in 7-8 now, and MaCobra has not taken the Hammer Brother fight yet. He may go back and get that item, and right now, therefore, is taking a slight lead here, assuming he doesn't. Nice kill of that middle Piranha there. That's tough to do. Or that little, yeah, Piranha plant.
Yeah, so Mustard could skip the Pipe transition here. Loses the fire, though, so probably going to take it.
See what the item is, and it's just a mushroom. Enjoy.
And there is a flower at the end of this level, though, so...
Oh, there's a flower right there.
He's going to skip it.
For it.
Yep. So yeah, he's going to get the item right here. Mustard's going to have a slight advantage here. But MaCobra is going in the airship with a flower, so that's pretty good. And it is the World 2 airship, so...
I like
Never mind,
MaCobra's.
Mustard's just gonna pick one up.
I like how MaCobra was playing the Fire Brothers there too. Just bopping the block, it falls through, and just shoot it as it falls. That was very nicely played. Oh, HUmanMustard. I don't know if that was hitboxed or just. I think it was hitboxed. Looks like you hit him at the same time.
Just 2 hits anyway, so not a big deal. But,
So not a very salty Morton.
Nope, that low sodium Morton. Better for your heart.
And HUmanMustard with a slight lead at this point, but just slight. And welcome to Movie Phone. What is Movie Phone? I have no idea. Was that a cloud? Let's see if we can get another look at it here. It
That is a cloud, yep. He was definitely tempted to use it there, since he's going to go right into a pipe transition, more than likely here.
And you mentioned earlier there was no auto-scroll on the level. Auto-scrolling is turned off for pretty much almost all of our levels, as you've seen so far. There are only 2 levels that you see auto-scrolled at all. One of them is level 5-9, which doesn't work without the auto-scroll on. Some of the platforms may not move properly if you leave that off. And then you have the fabled level Atlantis, which you must have shown off before the race started, which also has an auto-scroll and is necessary there because of the way the stage is laid out.
Ooh, gets another cloud from that hammer, bro, so... Mustard not going to fight it here. Unfortunately going to miss out on a cloud, and that just, you know, it's the risk you take sometimes.
No boss pass in 4-2 stage, or in, one of the 2 stages that you can, one of the only stages, I think, maybe even the only one where you can possibly get a double boss pass if you're lucky.
Yeah, sometimes you get the boss pass and the star as well.
Yeah. Cobra showing off the long jump there. I'll save a little bit of time. HUmanMustard did that a little more carefully. Ice Fort.
So Mustard having the perfect item for this stage, actually. So the time save here and by being able to fly is pretty significant.
He took the hit off a disc again. Maybe that was an intended hit there.
Ooh, oh man. MaCobra taking a death in the fortress here. Yeah, gonna P-wing it. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, doing that to save time rather than do it the slow way. He's not taking the hit off the disc though. He's going to go through and take it off the bump instead because he got hung up there. And Boom Boom is given the gift of another headache.
He is up a cloud here, although I do find after 1 cloud you tend to get diminishing returns on them. It's not likely you get a ton of levels that are really annoying that you have to cloud, so...
So
man.
World 3 Airship gives us a fight, and he's, the ball is rolling in the floor. And HUmanMustard is having the trouble with the let me fight this time. I think he did last time too, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 hits again. I don't know. I find this boss, and for this reason, to be... Oh my goodness! Oh, no!
The mini jumbo shrimp MaCobra takes a death... Or mini jumbo shrimp Lemmy, meanwhile, gives a death to MaCobra, and that is a bit of a advantage for HUmanMustard at this point.
I don't know what it is. For some reason, when Lemmy's inside of the stage, it gives people, me as well, it gives me more trouble dealing with him. But the balls take a really weird trajectory in that situation, so we see that coming into play here, unfortunately. And Mustard gonna probably fly to get the item here, I would think. I don't know where the lock was, but yeah, it's not gonna break the lock. He needs to beat the world, so...
I'm wondering if the fact that you don't have to jump as high to jump on him, it might also have an effect on the fight as well, because you're not jumping at the normal height you would in World 6 Airship. He's in the floor, so it's a smaller jump, and if you do the normal jump, you're going to take longer to hit him, basically.
Yeah, There is that too. Ooh, Mustard choosing not the damage boost here. I don't know if I agree with this. If he's not going for the 2-cycle, then not a big deal. Oh, okay.
I think he just
I think he
decided
was
to give up.
hoping to keep that.
Yeah, I think when he got hung up, he just decided to give it up.
Yeah. So MaCobra doing the same thing here. Not going to pay off, though, unfortunately. But they do save some time playing that level. And honestly, based on the levels they drew, they probably were better off breaking the lock. Not terribly short levels here.
Yeah, we found 5-3 here right now, and that is one of the longer ones. Not one of the longest.
Absolutely.
Not one of the longest, just one of the longer.
And this is one that MaCobra might consider clouding, actually. He does have the extra cloud, so there aren't too many levels longer than this one.
That could be a bit of an advantage for him if he decides to do that. We'll see what he opts to do. He'll have to go down and take a death anyway if he decides to cloud it. And he's going to play it. No Krivo shoes here.
No boss bass there either.
No, there was no boss bass in the bottom four either.
And we didn't see this fort in the last seed, which I'm surprised. You almost always see this. And this was actually a really excellent star usage, allowing him to pass freely at the beginning there.
Very nice usage. And MaCobra clears another stage, and HUmanMustard is fighting Boom Boom again. And oh, there's a lock right in front of the castle.
Not going for the wall jump there because you got the cloud.
So HUmanMustard is playing 7-9, I believe that is.
No, this is 6-9, but yeah.
I meant
it's a dash 9.
I keep doing all the 6 and 7, sorry. Just to have it, I say 6 instead of 7. Or 7 instead of 6. Oh, random cheap.
Yeah, and you can get one right at the end here too. I've seen it. Yeah, it looks like the Hammer Bro's got a hammer. So that's going to be pretty good.
HUmanMustard is back in the lead as we play World 5.
Well, actually, they already played World 2, didn't they? So yeah, the hammer's not particularly useful at this point, actually. They played all the hammer worlds, really. World 4, potentially, you could use it on, but yeah, playing 3, 2, and 6 right away.
Even in World 4, the likelihood is low.
Yeah, pretty much. It really requires a specific configuration there.
Apparently, the king misses winter. I'm okay if winter stays away. By the way, that was a very, very weak Larry.
So hammer isn't useful here, probably. It's kind of a risk. Unfortunately, the fort showing up on the square, so I think. Oh, wait, no, it is useful here. Yeah, he'll be able to skip one level with that, now I think about it. Let me get another look, but I think he does get to skip one level with it, so it actually ends up being pretty good. Yeah, he gets to skip the 4 tile. And we get the lost level here, which is just the waterfall climb. Pretty good there. 286 is about as well as you can do.
Yeah, HUmanMustard saw that stage already, and he's just did 3-1 himself. I believe he was just in.
Yeah, having a tail for 3-1's pretty good. You can do the stage a little quicker with a tail than you can with just a mushroom. And we get the sunken for it, which is kind of a breeze.
There's a wind in there?
Sure. Where do you think the current from the water comes from?
Oh yeah, gotta keep the water clean somehow. That's right.
All right, gets to use a hammer here. Ken Music Box. Pretty good usage there. Will allow him to actually skip all the hammer bros in this world, assuming he doesn't die in this level.
It wouldn't have skipped the coin ship. The coin ship would have still activated. So he had to take the long way around to avoid that.
Yeah, that's a good point. But he won't have to worry about it moving into him because it won't move on to level tile here. So getting the triple vanilla hotfoot. Interesting. MaCobra making a mistake here, choosing to play the level. Must not have realized he had a hammer, or at least forgot what worlds he'd played. So it's kind of one of these things where you kind of have to keep track of what you played because it's the last opportunity in the run for him to actually use a hammer there. And we'll see if the Hammer Bros give him anything good here. And it only gives him the stars. So I'd say music box usage so far justified by Mustard. And he's going to skip the coin chip here by using the pipe. So MaCobra does have an extra cloud over Mustard, but we're kind of getting to the point where it seems unlikely that it's going to save him more time.
The hot feet are behaving today. That's a vanilla room. That room usually has hot feet in it, I think. So it might have a boo as well. Oh, the tax question again. Bridge is built for MaCobra. He is on the way to the airship.
Yeah, this is the longest airship too, even in Randomizer here, just really long. And that's like a pretty nice configuration to World 7.
It's a good one to use the P-Wing on. Now, you talk about being the longest airship. We have to remember that with auto-scroll turned off, I think World 4 turns into the longest airship because it just takes so long for the scrolling to catch up. But without auto-scroll, I agree, this is the longest airship.
No, it's still the longest airship, yeah. It's a little longer than World 4. Yep.
Oh.
Just slightly, like maybe 2 or 3 seconds. It's hardly.
Maybe it just feels
clock's
longer.
in about 2:15. It really does, yeah. World 4, I think clock's in around, I don't know, 2:13, 2:12, somewhere in there.
HUmanMustard gets the Lakitu hop skip. And he gets that Lakitu, so that's going to make it a little bit safer, but Lakitu usually gets salty and wants some revenge here. Let's see if he gets it. Ooh, he did. He went for it. Little fire and retaliation there.
Denied. And they've got another cloud here, so kind of at the point where you want to consider using some clouds, actually. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, was there another pipe he could have taken at this point? This might have been a good level to consider using it since they have 2. I think the only thing left is World 5, and depending on the configuration, it might not be a great world to use clouds in.
Yeah, there might not be too like last last seed was actually a really good world to use clouds in. There were several stages that could have been skipped, but sometimes they'll just line up to the point that you only have 1 or 2 stages.
Mustard getting kneecapped by these enemies here. And yeah, sure enough, we see MaCobra double clouding and allowing him to catch up here. Now, keep in mind, Mustard does have an extra cloud over him still, so potentially he could use it.
Let's point out something else as well. MaCobra still has his Hammer Brother suit in the inventory in that very first slot, that first time he picked up. HUmanMustard used it right away and took damage boost off something in that next stage. So that is going to be huge going into the Bowser fight.
That's a good point. I think MaCobra is going to have some problems one cycling here. It's pretty tough to do without taking damage, and if he takes damage at all as Big Mario, he's not going to be able to do it. And sure enough, neither run are getting it though. Mustard trying to keep fire there, which I'm not sure was the right move. And then he's not checking the items, so advantage MaCobra there by getting the instant kill on the Boom Boom here.
And that's just a slight advantage. So yeah, again, unless another Hammer Brother shoot shows up or another hand stage that allows HUmanMustard to hold on to another one, it's going to be a bit of an advantage for MaCobra at this point, just knowing he has that.
It's not a big deal if you get Fire Flower, to be honest.
True.
All right, so he's gonna P-wing, or he's gonna P-wing up for this level. Although he should have, he had to use it before, I guess, is what it is. But he does get the cloud, and MaCobra also clouding. But Mustard does have a cloud advantage here, but MaCobra did have that music box left over, so
HUmanMustard getting lucky with his drop into the Goomba pit, or the Butcher pit. Sorry. And that Starman will not help on the Koopa Kid in terms of killing it, only to avoid taking damage. And it only worked for 1 hit anyway.
Yeah, smartly damage boosting here to save a little bit of time going through these flames. And really good fight there. That's, man, Ludwig's a tough guy sometimes. He can go right through you, so.
HUmanMustard just got lucky. Those wand shots didn't do anything to him because he was still invincible.
Yep, good old Starman.
Now I'm playing with power.
But yeah, as I was saying, fire killing Bowser's only about 8 seconds slower. If you get one, of course. So is that another cloud?
MaCobra takes the death in the pipe transit there. No reason to take that at this point.
They're trying to get a look here at the top of the world, see if this fort's required. I don't know what. That was weird. It didn't show up on Mustard's screen, huh?
What didn't show up? Sorry.
The top of the world, I didn't see anything. So it looks like MaCobra must have got door 3 there. Interesting.
Boomerang Brother fight with a Starman, thankfully. That could have been very dangerous. And there is a hammer that is absolutely useless.
Yep. Not what you would like to see. Oh, yeah. So they did it to... Okay. I see. I know why. Because it was not in the top of the world. That would be why. So Mustard has 2 clouds here. So this is going to be pretty good for him. He gets the cloud both these stages. And 5-2 is a pretty long stage.
Well, if you go down especially, it's a long stage. But going up is a little bit quicker. You want to make sure you
it is quicker, but you do have to do 2 pipe transitions. 3 technically. So it does end up being fairly long. And we see Mustard take a lead because of this. And I'd imagine MaCobra is going to cloud here. So it's not going to be too much of a lead, but it's going to be a little bit of a lead anyway.
It was a double cloud, too. He used both Jukum clouds.
Ooh, MaCobra. Yeah, he made a mistake there. He just realized he had a cloud, so
a few seconds lost there. And he's now on the airship as well. World 4 airship. The coins don't move on that one. And what's with the Koopakins being weak now? They were so good earlier.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Thankfully, that's a mushroom, just in case. I mean, he shouldn't take damage here just because he's one hit, or two hits, I guess. Okay. But yeah.
Roy could have
So Mustard
jumped.
taking a slight lead in the World 8 here. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks. In terms, is he winning? Is he not? I think based on the way MaCobra's been playing, he must think he's losing because I can't imagine he would just go for door 3. That was very interesting.
I still think the hammer suit could be a deciding factor. We're going to see what happens if fire doesn't show up in Bowser's Castle and HUManMustard doesn't have fire going in and we don't find another Hammer Brother suit somewhere, which we haven't yet. Then
ooh, this is big. Okay.
Oh boy.
Getting this fortress with the leaf.
Yeah, forget what I just said. That's a huge advantage for HUmanMustard now.
Although MaCobra choosing to just check the pipes, whereas Mustard going straight for the fortress here. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of pipes in the dark zone here. There's another pipe check outside as well.
I think MaCobra realizes Fort Knox is still out there and wanted to see what else was going on. Explore and figure out what he needs to do, and two, find something he runs into Fort Knox.
Didn't he just check this pipe?
Well, we just saw both tanks next to each other on Handbridge. Okay. So we have the artillery on Handbridge today. And there's Fort Knox.
I have to imagine Fort Knox. Okay, this is very linear, actually. They have to play this Handbridge. It's kind of interesting. What's going to be interesting, though, I think there was there a fort behind the lock? Or there was something behind the lock probably in the dark area. So that might either be a fortress or a pipe or something.
Well, MaCobra is going to get his Tanuki suit flight up to Boom Boom's lair, and HUmanMustard is now a full Boom Boom fight ahead.
Yeah, he's got the 1-fort lead here, so I think he has a big enough lead that the hammer suit kill is not going to matter because it only saves about 33 seconds, but there could be other things that come into factor too, like does Mustard get the clip? How fast does he get the clip? That sort of stuff. So,
and also who finds the way the bridge went and how far apart.
Yeah, good point. But I think Mustard's on the right path here. I think at the very least he's got to play some of these levels, I'd imagine. I think they're both going to play the entire bridge here and check the pipe. It's the most logical way to play.
The odds are very high that the bridge will be built from this ironically enough, from this bridge anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially if that lock remains on screen, then you know you're pretty safe for the rest of the world here. So
yeah. Ooh, damage boost through a dry bones from MaCobra to get in the pipe there, and now he's going to finish that Boom Boom fight. HUmanMustard taking the damage boost off the spike.
Yeah, really smart there, saving the cycle. So.
And that spike room is why we call this spike fort. There's some spikes off screen if you're ever P when you fly into them as well.
8-2 was in the corner of the screen, the bottom right-hand corner. So, all right. So this leads to this fortress. So, since that lock broke this fortress is required. I know exactly where it is now. So that in the upper left-hand corner where that lock was in the dark area is where the pipe is.
MaCobra took a death in the
Mustard taking a death here.
Yeah, MaCobra took a death here in the beta stage, so they just made up deaths for each other there. They're about where they were in terms of difference before. And MaCobra goes down to Small Mario again. He took 2 damage boosts there. He can't take a death off his cheap. Okay. Another death for HUmanMustard, so MaCobra is starting to catch up a little bit here. And we seem to have an item.
Yeah, he's still got a fortress advantage. So, but the lead is dwindling here. And man, The question is, do they remember what happened in the dark area too? That's the other thing. They've kind of gotten turned around a little bit in this world. So I don't think MaCobra's got any more inventory. So this is a little spooky. He does get a mushroom here.
He's holding on to that Hammer Brother suit, I think, still. But other than that, he's out of inventory.
Yeah, it's actually really important for Mustard to hold on to this mushroom because he's out of inventory too. So being able to get the 1-up clip is a very significant time save. So yeah, the question is, do they remember what was going on in the dark? So the pipe is not in the upper left-hand corner, but it's where that lock was on the right side of the screen in the left corner.
MaCobra apparently has a couple of hammers too, but they're not going to get used. 3 hammers.
Nope, that's not the pipe. Other way. He's confused. Oh no. Yeah, I think, or he got that many hammers on. This is the pipe. This is absolutely the pipe.
I think. Yeah, there's the bridge. But Mustard has the lead.
So yeah, interestingly enough, either the Air Force built the bridge, or the first fort they played, the tank. I think it was the tank built the bridge, and the other one broke the lock. So
let's see if MaCobra can pull off the perfect Bowser's Castle here. It would make it very close unless HUmanMustard finds fire right now. He found fire.
That's big. Yeah. We'll see if he can get the fire kill.
He needs to clip here. He's going to try to get the clip so he doesn't risk losing it. Let's see if he gets hit by a fireball on the way. If he does, that will make this very close, depending on MaCobra's Bowser's Castle. He also needs to get his path there, which I think is right there. He should be on the way. Look, HUmanMustard just hanging on to the fire there. Oh my. That's going to give him the win now.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll see how the fire kill goes here. So Bowser being pretty nice here, is staying in the pocket for a while there. So it should be pretty simple fire kill for Mustard, and he gets it. So we're going to game 3, guys. Let's go.
Yep, we knew this matchup had to go to 3 games. It is going to 3 games. GGs are already flowing in chat. We're going to have the official time for HUmanMustard in a moment as he finishes seed number 2 first and ties this series 1 apiece with an official SRL time of 34 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yeah, fairly clean play from him. I think MaCobra is going to be a little disappointed and feel like he probably had a chance to win this one. Just probably made more mistakes than he was accustomed to there, unfortunately.
And you could point to anything as the difference here. Like literally anything that happened, any one death could be picked out as a difference. When a race is this close, you just second guess yourself on some of the things you did in that race. So it's going to be up to him at this point to clear his mind and get ready for game number 3 and just have a clean race this time around.
Yeah, winner take all, man. The pressure is back on if you're MaCobra. So, you feel kind of, I don't know, I do. If you win that first race, you get a little bit of like pressure relief. You're like, I got 2 games, if the next game goes poorly. So yeah, he's got to collect himself here and played pretty well still. But yeah, we'll see if he can get back to his ways and like he had in game 1 there.
So we just said we're going to be going to a game number 3, and we're going to do a little recap when we come back in a moment after we get the next race ready. The racers are going to need a few minutes here. We're going to give them a few minutes to stretch their legs, get a drink, whatever they need to do. But big series, game number 3, last match of the round of 16. We're off to the quarterfinals. After this, one race to decide the last entrant between HUmanMustard and MaCobra52. Who will advance? Who will be out? Stay tuned for game number 3 coming up next. Be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to decide it. Game number 3 between HUmanMustard and MaCobra is about to begin. And just for those joining us late here, first of all, welcome. You came at the right time. We're going to see who wins the series right here, right now. I'm Cyclone, joined by the Haxer and the Haxer. It's been a pretty good series so far. MaCobra winning the first, HUmanMustard winning the second, and really finite differences in both races.
Yeah, both ultimately pretty close. Both about one decision away, really. Well, I mean, the second game was more so just HUmanMustard having a little bit cleaner run than MaCobra. Game 1 really came down to routing decision in World 7, and then was still really close at the end. It came down to which fort was the one that was going to be the difference. So, but yeah, really entertaining series so far, and I imagine Game 3 is going to be more of the same here, where both runners here, winner take all. So the pressure is back on MaCobra here. So Mustard already playing that first game with the pressure on. So we'll see how MaCobra handles it now.
And it's going to be pressure for both runners. As you said at the outset here, this is a high-level, high-tiered runner matchup. And either of these runners could be in the finals, but only one of them can have a shot at it. We're going to find out right now as we start on World 5.
And the fort's right there right away. So good news for them is they won't have to do much searching for it. Oh, Mustard getting dode tipped right there. You hate to see it. And no power-ups in this fortress. Going to be a rough fortress here.
I was going to say that probably was not intended, and very unfortunate death right in the first level. So let's hope that doesn't affect him too much here. And he's going to make it through safety this time as MaCobra is on the Boom Boom fight. Finishes the Boom Boom fight, gets his first question circle.
Yeah, if you're going to take a death, I mean, at least take it on the first jump of the level, I guess.
Yeah, least time lost. So we are seeing 1-4 here.
1-4. Oh, yep.
We both said the same thing. Sorry. Yeah, we're just seeing 1-4 here. And the auto scroll is turned off again for those joining us late. Auto scroll is off on all except 2 levels. It's level 5-9, which has to auto scroll to work, and Atlantis, which is a beta level.
Yeah, both of them being kind of these diagonal scrollers, which apparently they don't work with the auto scroll turned off, so that's kind of interesting. MaCobra fighting the Hammer Bro on a fortunate tile here, able to pick up a power-up. So going to have a power-up going into this next stage, which will be pretty nice.
I find it strange that diagonal scrollers don't work, because there's another one that's turned off and it does work. That's strange.
Which is the other? Oh, is that 6-7, I guess? Yeah.
7, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 6-2 kind of is too, but I guess, I don't know. I guess it's a specific way of diagonal scrolling. I'm not entirely sure. Fred would know.
Yeah. So something we've never talked about, and Chad is just talking about, so I'll just go ahead and bring that up right now. There's talk about the whistle in the chat. The whistle is an item that normally would allow you to warp right to World 8 if you want to. In Randomizer, in these races at least, the whistle is disabled. You cannot just warp to World 8 in this Randomizer.
So in 5-5 here, the runner's getting a very fortunate power up there. The star allowing them to go through very quickly. And Mustard's going to be able to pick up a fire flower here before the airship, so that's going to be pretty good for him. Especially this flat airship. Potential for a fire kill. Now, if there's one thing I know about Randomizer, it's that as soon as you go in an airship with a fire flower, he's going to have the quake animation, and you're not going to. And he gets
what a great clip!
Catching up actually with that, so pretty good.
Yeah. Thought he had to take the chance and got it.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I knew it, man. I don't know why this works out this way, but it does.
HUmanMustard not getting the fire kill, getting it with 3 hits because MaCobra confirmed it was a 3-hitter. And HUmanMustard just slightly behind, only about a second and a half, I think, at this point.
Yeah, you can see a time shift here. If the first level would be Fort Knox, for instance, and we saw that in the first race, I think one of the first level after an airship was a fortress, and it was Fort Knox, and Mustard having the tail there, able to pick up a bunch of time. So we didn't see what the item is. Hammer suit, okay. So
that's a great item.
See it on Mustard. Yeah, perfect. So they're set up for the rest of the game. Mustard won't have to worry about burning it this time. He's going to save a bit of time here on the coin chip too if he's able to take out the Hammer Bros before they throw the boomerangs, which isn't too terribly difficult to do with fire, and he does. So taking the lead here. Oh, and we see 50-50 forts, and MaCobra taking some damage. So we'll see which one's which. Neither fort being a terribly short one, actually.
Neither fort being one that would be favorable here, and both could be a significant disadvantage. But we'll see if both are needed. That could be a possibility too.
Yeah, was there a lock? I didn't see a lock. Maybe they were both. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't catch it myself.
So finishing about the same time here. We'll see what happens with this one.
Oh, is a bridge?
And MaCobra
is. Go ahead.
Oh, MaCobra choosing the right fort there. So winning the 50-50.
That's the second time that's happened. He did it in game 1 with World 7 as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Mustard won the original 50-50 in the first game, but then MaCobra winning the important one in World 7. And unfortunately, too much for Mustard to handle there. And World 7 kind of got him all turned around in terms of routing.
Oh, we have a weakling.
So yeah, only the airship behind, so not too big of a deal here. It is a nice early advantage though, and we'll see what Mustard's able to do for the rest of the seed.
If the rest of the worlds are very friendly, this could be a case where MaCobra maintains that advantage if he stays perfect. But if there's another 50-50 somewhere and that one flips HUmanMustard's way, this could still be a good race.
Yeah, exactly.
And we find a pipe immediately. So MaCobra likes pipes and is going to check that out. And finds that really skips the fort, and that's it. We might even have to play that fort. And we have a chain, fire chain chomp, whatever you want to call it there, flying around right at the start of 3-8.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is the same choice Mitch made yesterday in his match. I think his first match against Classic, and it ended up paying off for him yesterday. It wasn't the fort that was needed, so we'll see what MaCobra or what's in store for MaCobra here in the second half of this world.
It looks like he's going to play the other fort here and try that one first. And HUmanMustard looks like he's making the same play. Will he go back and play the first fort is the question. Nope, just a quick sand.
Yeah, I'd imagine that, yeah, they have to play one of them, so potential to save a little bit of time if you'd have just gone right to the fort, but at the same time, the fort they're going to draw here is a pretty easy one. So if they got something like Piranha Fort as the other fort, I'm guessing the other one probably was one fort, but you don't know.
And boom, boom falls again. That was Fire Fort that MaCobra just played. The only boom boom fight that actually takes place over lava, I believe, in the game.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there's actually lava on the ceiling in this level too, so
Well, that's fun.
Ooh, we got a bass here. Oh boy.
Oh, that spawned to the bad level.
Yeah, he got sandwiched there between a bunch of enemies. You hate to see it.
It fell back down after it made a jump, so at least it went back to normal. And HUmanMustard taking a chance to greet Boss Bass himself, not feeding him. And probably not going to want to kill him yet because he wants to. He stopped to do it and then realized, nope, you're going to get eaten. Got another star, and he's going to try and run to the end now.
Yeah, pretty good items there for him. And unfortunate frog suit usage from MaCobra. And then, of course, he gets a tail from the block, so that doesn't help him any either.
Sludge Brother falls for HUmanMustard. MaCobra going to try to clip here. Not happening yet.
Yeah, this is an opportunity. Ooh, okay, pretty good clip with the tail there. So that was an opportunity for HUmanMustard to catch up a little bit, but not going to have it. Oh, missing the jump. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, I got
to be careful here. Thankfully, the sun didn't despawn that platform. That tends to happen there. So
I see Boss Bass in 3-7 way more than I should.
Yeah, he pretty much lives there.
Yeah. Second home.
We'll see how many times it takes for Mustard to clip here.
Not making a good jump at it so far.
Oof. Having some trouble here.
He's not even getting in the doorway but tries. There it goes. There's the first one trying. But he's having a lot of trouble just getting in the door when he's jumping too early.
Yeah, he's jumping about a pixel early, unfortunately.
This has got to be frustrating him at this point.
Oh, man.
This has got to be frustrating at this point. He's almost 60 seconds in and still trying to clip.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, MaCobra got it pretty quick, even with the tails. So
yeah, this is a massive time loss.
Yeah, he keeps jumping about a pixel early here, so.
How long does it normally take to play the stage when you play it through?
It takes over a minute, so he's lost time by this point.
Yeah, even if he played it normally. There it goes. First try. So after that legitimate nightmare for HUmanMustard, he's finally on to a Fire Brothers fight. Going to get an item from that. I didn't see what it was on MaCobra's side. Looks like it was a cloud.
It was a cloud. But yeah, he's definitely going to feel like he's behind at this point. So we're going to probably see some gambling plays coming up here.
Just avoid getting fed to Boss Bass there, becoming Fish Chow. Found a note block in the sky. And found a Starman.
Yep, that's the one you use to get the item. So,
by the way, we are on World 6 on MaCobra's side now. Don't think we have any hammers yet, so I don't think we can check that rock pipe.
No, and it looks like it'd be a pretty good one. Yeah, I was actually a little surprised he didn't go for the item in 3-7 Mustard. In the event, it could have been a hammer. But yeah, I think MaCobra's playing these hammer bros with the hope that it's a hammer.
Well, we're going to find out after we bop this Boomerang Brother. Always Boomerang Brothers in this coin ship. Those never change. Note box.
So that's an opportunity for Mustard to save a little bit of time if he can potentially skip those.
We had a boss pass at a very high level.
Yeah, this is oof. Good maneuvering there, actually.
Oh, nice jump. That's a blind jump if you're not familiar with it. And that was a very nicely timed. You have to know exactly where you jump to pull that off.
Yeah, you jump when you're even with the cloud there. It's not too bad. But at the same time, you got to have the correct speed as well. You got to have full P speed, otherwise you're going to short jump.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith. Ooh, go for the item.
Yeah, choosing to go for the item in this stage, kind of interesting.
Good enemy set for it. And it's not a whistle. I mean, if it is, that's a very hammer-looking whistle. I think the whistle got hammered.
This is actually a decent time to go back and hammer. I think he would skip, unless I'm missing my guess, I think he would skip some stages here.
He may choose save at this point given he's already come this far in World 6. Ooh, hope we don't need that Koopa.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing left in the pool is the double hammer for World 3. Oh man, this is not the enemy set you want.
You're gonna need that Koopa. I think he's just gonna take a cloud here. Just gonna take a pass at this point.
No, he realized what I realized, I think.
Saw how nasty it was, decided this is probably a better move.
And sure enough,
you must check the quicksand, and yeah, that was a nice skip.
does only end up skipping one level with that. He does not want to grab that star. Unfortunate.
Oh, the Lemmy is a jumbo shrimp platter once again. Lemmy is lifting weights today. 14 hits for the 3 Lemmys.
Hey man, if I roll the seed, you know Lemmy's going to bring the pain. That's one thing I can guarantee.
I rolled a 5 too, so...
Yeah, you happen to roll one as well, but yeah. So, extra pain from Lemmy today.
Yeah.
And Mustard has an opportunity to save some time here, actually, if he goes right for the hammer usage.
Hammer obtained. That Hammer Brothers suit still sitting in the front of the inventory. Welcome to the World 6 Fort 1. Not going to check the item. And get a damage boost.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't check the item. He normally does. I know he is fond of grabbing the star there if it is a star, so...
HUmanMustard on the airship. That was the World 1 airship, by the way. MaCobra clears the boom boom fight.
Yeah, I think he was searching for a flower there, knowing it's Lemmy. Flower is honestly fantastic against Lemmy and Wendy, so...
Especially in this one for Lemmy because he's on the floor instead of on the ball, so better chance of hitting him.
Yeah, no problem there. Meanwhile, the tank brigade in on MaCobra's side here, so he's going to get another item here.
Yeah, this is the one World 8 airship type level, or whatever you want for the whole squad of tank stages the Navy has, that does not have a boom boom at the end, so it is an item. Just a mushroom, though.
And he gets, yeah, just a little mushroom there. Does have a couple music boxes. Looks like, oh, Mustard choosing the cloud, right, for that pipe. I don't recall the pathway that MaCobra took, but he did play this level, so...
It was a flower, and he must have missed the platform. That's the danger going for the item. Don't think he's gonna do that one again. Think he'll just damage boost this time? What do you think? Nope.
Going for it again, so...
He'll still damage boost, but I thought that might have changed his mind on going for it a second time.
Yeah, well, he thinks he's behind right now, and rightly so. So we're gonna see him gamble, and that's just, yeah. choosing the damage boost there as a gamble as well for the second one.
And too bad MaCobra couldn't double hammer. He would have gotten past that hammer brother that was sitting right next to the rocks. Ooh,
Yeah, potentially could have been useful, but it hardly ever seems like double hammer is useful in World 3. I don't know why. It's when it is useful, you never seem to have it. So
HUmanMustard using his last usable item right now, not counting the hammer brother suit or the note box that is sitting in his inventory. That's all he has left.
yeah, he's been having a tougher time with this run. Been burning through more inventory than MaCobra has, so
Yeah, MaCobra has a full row. He will get a mushroom here, though. And we are once again
pretty nice
in
fort. In the Navy.
I don't know it, so I'm not going to worry about it.
We need a Wolfman soundboard where we can just press a button.
Something tells me that will not be a thing that we get in the future.
Oh, come on. You should work on that. You, specifically. Oh, man. Why is it always fire enemies there? So trolly.
Well, it's an ice level. You need to heat it up, right? Gotta melt the ice
Absolutely.
somehow. I didn't catch what was on the letter. Let me see if we can find on HUmanMustard side. No, it was the King of the Koopa letter. That's why we didn't see what was on the letter.
Yep, we got the World 7 letter there, so we'll never know.
Unless someone checks the room.
We'll know. Yeah, I think it was probably a star or something. It seems like MaCobra's got infinity stars in his inventory.
Boss Bass just gave us a cameo there. Hammer Brothers. Or Moving Brothers, rather. Sorry. And HUmanMustard is in the weird beta waterfall stage.
Makes pretty quick work of it, so that's pretty good. MaCobra doing some pipe origami here, figure out which one's which. And now he knows it is this pipe.
Pipe origami, that's a new one to me.
Or no. I thought okay. He didn't go through pipe. Okay. Now he knows it's this one.
HUmanMustard is blazing through trying to catch up. He's really only a stage behind this, but if he can find the castle fast, he might be in good shape.
Yeah, if he goes right towards the pipe.
Hello, Wendy. Are you baking here today? So far, a Dave single, and that's where we stop.
Just a vanilla. A vanilla frosty.
A vanilla frosty with a Dave single. Now I'm hungry. I left my wand in my other frog suit. Why do you have a frog suit, Mr. King? Oh, wait, it's Waterworld. Never mind. You can actually use your tail on those fire snakes, but we never really have time to do that, so we don't.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to, hit them, but yeah, they're generally not in your way in such a way that, I don't know, I said way twice there, but that requires you to do that. Yeah, unfortunately going to the wrong pipe first as well, so I think he'll go the right one next, though, if I had to guess. They'll just go right down. Yeah.
And by the way, we are in 7-9 now. Very, very annoying stage to navigate, and I'm sure many memories by many people of getting lost the first time ever trying to play that.
Yeah, it's kind of a little trolley puzzle stage. For Mustard, though, if he does keep this leaf, it'll be pretty good for him. He can fly to the top right away there and save some time, so that could be potentially a nice time save for him.
We're making quick work of this castle. I think this was Fort 2 in World 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's correct. And it is the one that he needs to complete the world, so...
That was the only fort, so yeah, we would have had a panel. Actually, no, there wasn't only one fort in this world, never mind.
Yep, only one. So yeah, Mustard can use this to his advantage here. And he's gonna go get some P speed, fly up. So he gets to save the climb. He could have grabbed the block there and taken out some of these enemies with it, which would have been nice, but...
Probably happy where he was, just doing the hops there. Didn't know what kind of enemies he was going to run into anyway.
Missing the crack there. Meanwhile, MaCobra making his way through 7-4. We're sorry we had to show that stage on the screen. Although it's much better than it is vanilla.
Well, it's actually the second time we've seen it today. We actually saw one with a frog suit already.
Yeah, the Fierce Seed, yeah. MaCobra using a frog suit there was pretty good.
Yeah, that was just lucky that he pulled that out there and got to use it.
Oh, this is a time when a cloud would be great. 6-6 here, so...
This is where you use your
okay.
frog suit.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh my. And we got a lot of plants ahead, and some of them may spit fire.
And that's a lot of bloopers.
Yeah, that's a lot of blooper mamas.
Oh, thankfully the plants here are real nice, so he's gonna make it past.
Very lucky. And that Koopa shell is not very lucky. And Boss Bass is also not very lucky.
Using the box to skip the hammer bro there. Feels like he's got enough items, I suppose. Oof. Mustard's got to be careful. This is not a stage you want to... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay.
He wanted that mushroom.
He really did. Okay. Gets a fortunate blooper there. Goes right towards him.
He's still not too far behind. Yeah, he's still not too far behind. He can still make this up. And that Hammer Brother is down the way. I know this line from somewhere.
It's a hammer. Not particularly useful there.
Gotta get the frog suit out of the way, and guess what? It's gonna come in very handy, HUmanMustard. You are today's winner of the frog suit lottery.
It's gonna be tough to keep, though. He's gonna lose it right here, yeah.
Well, so much for the frog suit lottery. That didn't work out well. He just got in the wrong place there.
That is the power-up he wants, but yeah, the bloopers kind of giving him some trouble here, and get some additional lag because those bloopers are still on screen. Oh boy, this is a sandwich of doom here. Oh man, these bloopers are not cooperating whatsoever. He's gonna find though that this pipe section's significantly easier than easy. Oh man.
Speaking of the sandwich of doom, Tyrannosaur, MaCobra just went through the tunnel of terrible hits there, and or whatever you want to call it. What is that shell doing? I've never seen a shell do that there before.
Oh, where it's just kind of like dancing back and forth
Yeah.
over the water?
Not
Yeah.
falling in.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Funny, even in plain vanilla, I've never seen that. So we're in World 8 on MaCobra's side. We need to get our guesses in how many bridges we're going to need. So take a guess in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Ham Bridge is basically Pipe Bridge today, and Iggy was weak, by the way. Or that was Larry, sorry. Larry was weak.
Okay, so this is not the fortress, so... potential for Mustard to gamble here, actually, and could end up stealing this one, so... This all comes down to World 8, really.
It could if he is able to skip the stage, but we don't know if he can yet. Oh.
Well, he won't be able to skip this stage. It is the tank, but if he can just find the correct fortress right away...
He's going to get grabbed. So he was just given a hand into a sky stage, which is quick enough. He might as well just clear it, because by the time he loses his life, he's giving up his power-up anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately for MaCobra, he's in a situation where he's got to check every time now, because he knows where it's at, and sometimes good and sometimes bad.
Especially if you do the last one. Or the right one last, I should say.
Yeah.
I've seen a race come down to that.
So Mustard going... This is the correct play from him. This is the good gamble.
Yeah, we have not seen this stage on MaCobra's side yet, so there is a little bit of divergence here, and this could give HUmanMustard... Whoa! Fire
man.
That was close. Oh! That was also close.
This is a rude sand. Oof. Oh, this is gonna take MaCobra a while, too.
He is not going to win this stage.
I think he's got a leaf, maybe, or... Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, boy. Okay.
They're both in the stage right now. They're both in Fort Knox. This is game number 3. They're both in the same stage in World 8. This is getting good.
Okay, here's what's interesting. So we know that this could be the stage, and this is going to be a shortcut to the hand bridge for Mustard. He's not going to have to play the Navy. And I think the hand bridge is where you had to go in order to find the Bowser's Castle, I guess. Ooh, Mustard, unfortunately losing B-speed there.
Yeah, he doesn't get his jump there, but this could come down to clipping again in Bowser's Castle, and maybe MaCobra will have problems with the clip there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess MaCobra already finishing the tank on the Bowser's Castle screen, so...
So Mustard is going back to check the bridge, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, this looks like it's going to come down to... It is the one that builds it, so...
They're going to be seconds behind. Oh, Buster took the wrong pipe. Never mind.
Yeah, he just doesn't know yet. Well, he's got to still play a stage, so... unfortunately, the second tank was in front of it.
So that stage is still necessary.
I guess if MaCobra took a death at the right spot, maybe, but I think he's pretty safe right now. Unless for some reason he just can't get this clip.
He could also lose the hammer suit if he ends up taking the door. He might feel like he's behind right now. He might think, okay, I can't do this too much. I have to take the door. I have to take a chance here. That could happen.
He is having some problems with the clip here, so...
I kind of alluded. There it is.
Okay. Alright, he's got it now.
So yeah, that's probably GG right there, unless we have an unfortunate situation where he takes a hit somehow. So here's Bowser, and there's Bowser. And
yeah, it could have happened, but...
HUManMustard getting in with his hammer suit, but just a little too late. He's running through, trying to get to the end as quick as he can so he can get his kill. But in a moment, he's going to see the SRL channel. He's going to see the done. And that is the race for MaCobra. MaCobra52 advances with an official SRL time of 34 minutes and 2 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, and congratulations to MaCobra getting the win here. Very close race at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Really came down to 7-1, man. 7-1 at the beginning actually was the difference here.
It actually
had an opportunity. Yeah, he had an opportunity in World 8, but not enough, unfortunately.
And HUmanMustard also getting his finish in, and MaCobra looks like he thought he was getting outroaded on this. We'll talk to him in a minute here if he decides to come in. We'll bring both in at the same time. But HUmanMustard is now finished. He is getting his official SRL time, 34 minutes and 51 seconds. That was a 49-second race to decide Game 3.
Yeah, more or less what we expected there.
Yeah, that was a good matchup. That's a matchup that would have been worthy of, for example, the finals. But obviously we had to have them face each other now in the brackets, the way that it lined up. And it was a great matchup even now, regardless of where it was. So fantastic set of races. Very nice set of races. And we're going to see if they both want to talk to us. So after we bring them in, we're going to go ahead and chat with them. And then I'll go ahead and I'll review the matchups for the quarterfinals, so everyone who's watching knows what to look out for here in terms of the matchups coming up. Nothing, as far as I know, is scheduled yet. I didn't see anything else when the race started. But if there is anything that was scheduled since, I will update on that. Otherwise, I'll just go over the matchups that we know are going to be coming up here in the quarterfinals. So in the meantime, let's see if we can get them in here.
Yeah, I guess the other thing they're pointing out in the chat is the 50-50 fortresses in the first world. MaCobra guessing right, and that also gaining him a pretty decent chunk of time there.
Yeah, and that was something that MaCobra guessed right on in a key moment twice. And as you just said, he made the right decision both times, and you could almost say that's the reason he won tonight, because the fortress gambles that he needed worked his way. But again, just like the second race, you could point to any one thing that happened in that third race and say that's what cost HUmanMustard the race. Just like it gave him the win in that race, cost him this one. You could point to any one thing that happened. The clipping in World 7-1, that was a huge one. And you could argue, it's like anyone could argue that cost him the race, but it could be any one thing that cost it. So runners both seem to be in the SAP channel. We'll go ahead and bring them in now and chat with them here. And actually, MaCobra just came in, so GG MaCobra, congratulations.
GG, what a thrilling series. That was intense. I mean,
yeah, that was an absolutely intense set of races. And HUmanMustard was in here, but I think he just disappeared for a moment, so must be having a mic issue. So I'll talk to you in the meantime, MaCobra. How did you feel about those races tonight?
I have no words. That was just a thrilling series. I thought it was over at Game 3, to be honest. I was just, doing my best and trying not to make any major mistakes and duffs like I did in Game 1 and Game 2. That was, I think that's what decided it there pretty much. But yeah, I was just doing what I could there.
Well, one of the major things in game number 3, and of course we can probably point out things in each of the games here, but game number 3 especially, one of the major things was that HUmanMustard, who is now with us, GG HUmanMustard, HUmanMustard also had some trouble with one particular level. What was happening at 7-1? What was going through your mind as you were trying to get the clip in 7-1, HUmanMustard?
Well, after the 7-1 clip failed a bunch of times, I pretty much had to start gambling everywhere I could, which didn't hurt me out. I think it helped me in World 8 for sure.
It definitely helped you in 8. It didn't hurt you anywhere else. Unfortunately for you, I feel like a lot of the worlds were linear, so you didn't have many other opportunities to gain time. But yeah, definitely World 8, you saved some time.
The first pipe of World 7
true.
I just skipped and went for the level first.
Yeah, he did the exact same thing in World 7. He might not have done it right away, but I think he also clouded there and went straight for the pipe. So
Yeah, but I won cloud, so I just went and used it. So I checked the other pipe. It was the room 50U, so I knew that was the way to go.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, you saved a little bit of time there with that then, and yeah, otherwise it was about a 2 or 3 stage lead for most of that race, and then you definitely caught up a bunch in World 8.
Yeah, and that 50-50 in the first world too with those forts didn't help either.
No. Yeah, that's what kind of put you behind was that, and then 7-1 MaCobra, I think you got it like 5 or 6 tries with the tail even, so
Yeah,
you lost definitely over a minute in that.
Yeah, I think the timer went down to about 200 for HUmanMustard there on that level, and you could just feel the seconds melting away. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat felt really bad seeing that, but like someone in the chat said as we were watching it, it happens to everyone. Everyone's going to have that happen at some point. Doesn't matter how good you are. So that it's just a really bad time to have happen in the middle of a game 3. That all of a sudden this is the time it happens.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of my jumps were bad though. I missed a few of them.
Yeah. And the fortress decisions as well. There were multiple times where you both went in different fortresses, and the ones that really benefited MaCobra were like he found the one in game number 1 that really gave him the edge, and in the end that turned to be about 2-3 minute difference. We're not counting the frog suit in Bowser's Castle, by the way, as part of that. And in game number 2, it gave him the early lead, so it could be argued the castles were a huge difference in the race tonight.
Yeah, I think I kind of made the decision of who was going to win the first game in World 7 when I seen the fort behind the level, and I just went for it. And I said, if I get this, it's probably going to be, a really good thing for me. But if I fail it, it's obviously was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of talked about that too. I was like, oh man, he's going to be you, and you got really confused on where you needed to go because for MaCobra, he went in one of the early pipes, and it ended up being one of the pipes that brought him to the end. So he kind of had this easier route in World 7, whereas you kind of had to search around having gone through a bunch of pipes.
Yeah, I decided to go gamble heavy game 1. It did not work out, but game 2 went pretty smoothly. And then game 3, it was just all out the window after I died right away with the first, 15 seconds, and I lost confidence at that point.
Yeah, that game too. I made some super huge good plays, like using both my clouds to get around to that one pipe and turn out the fort was right there, and also the door free was awesome. I just went for that on the whim. So yeah, it made some good plays, but I was thinking I had in the bag, but y'all won a game 3, so there you go.
Yeah, that was interesting when you went for door 3. I thought maybe you thought you were behind. I was like, what? You went for door 3? I didn't even look for it because I don't expect to see it,
Yeah, it was just on a whim decision there, and it worked out, which is kind of awesome. But yeah, that second seed was very execution focused. So I figured, balls in my court, but man, that just surprised me. Mustard finished first. It was super close, but man.
Yeah, they were both very close. That last race, I remember just having seen a moment ago that it was a 49-second difference. But going back to race number 2, look at the times for that. That was also within a minute. That was 44-second difference. I remember now, 44 seconds. So both very close races, game 2 and game 3, and any one thing could be pointed at as the reason why the race was won or lost.
Yeah, I had my share of deaths in game 1 and game 2, which that sort of contributed. Game 3, I sort of played a little bit safer, and I don't think I had any deaths, not intentional at least. So that definitely made a difference.
Yeah, of course, in game 2, Piranha Fort was the fort you guys needed, and Mustard, it seemed like Mustard got rattled a little bit. He took a death there, and then I think he died a couple more times, and it kind of closed the gap on that one a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I kept getting those lava dips in. I was feeling a little cold, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I mean, Mario is Italian, so he does like the ragu, right?
Also, that game 1, the frog suit plays, that was pretty awesome too. I just used them on a whim. Those 2 levels I used to the frog suit on, they're trying to both be water levels, so I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
7-4 and 3-5, I believe.
We saw that. I can't speak for Hacks, but I was a little surprised you managed to win the gamble on both of those. And HUmanMustard did the same thing at one point in game 3 as well. He pulled a frog suit and pulled 6. I think it was 6-9 he went into at that point. So
Nice.
yeah, you both did that a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
I pulled a frog in 6-6, but I got hit before I hit the water. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it was 6-6. Sorry, that was 6-9. My mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got stuck with the bloopers there. That was really rough. There were like 4 of them in that one area.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't die there. I don't know how they like came at me at like a triangular attack. It looked like fucking invasion. It was crazy.
They coordinated today.
I think I had some close calls, but I managed to get out of there unscathed somehow.
That quicksand stage in the final seed, that was a very interesting enemy set too.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, Mustard unfortunately going home and MaCobra moving on here. So, I mean, GG's the both, though. Really fantastic series. Any closing thoughts from the both of you before we let it go here?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that this is round 2 match that was sort of set for this with the caliber of both of us. It was like a finals like tournament in a way. This would be like the finals last year in a way, but yeah, it's unfortunate that only one can advance. But this has been an awesome series of races. I mean, the pressure was on for sure. Mustard. I mean, we went the distance and it showed.
Yeah, at the end of that second race, I was ready for bed. I just wanted to get it over. I just wanted to get this match over with. But I just wanted to say, good game, MaCobra.
Yeah,
and I got you going to the finals, so my predictions are still intact. So I didn't mess that up tonight. And
nice.
and don't make me look like a chump. So you got to beat it. You got to beat everybody now since you beat me. So good luck.
Oh, the pressure's on now.
Well, I can say it's going to be happening. It's going to be an immediate, very good first test coming up here. We're going to have in your next round. I'm just making sure I'm looking at the right part of the bracket here. But MaCobra, you're going to be going up against Tapatio J. What do you think of that matchup coming up?
I'll be looking forward to it. Tapatio is a very formidable runner, so it should be interesting for sure. I think HUmanMustard sort of plays similarly, so yeah, at least I got that edge.
And HUmanMustard, last thoughts as you do exit the tournament?
Nope. I'm just hoping to see some really bad seeds. We haven't seen any like 7-1 or 7-6 starts with boss passes and fire nippers. I mean, where's all the good stuff? Come on, let's go. Let's kick this up into high gear. This is going to be the final soon.
Yeah, we got 6-6 once. I mean, 7-5 didn't show up at all. All those other notorious levels.
Well, we still got a lot of rando to come. Possible, just doing the math here, possible 21 seeds, I believe, in these 7 matches coming up, 14 to 21 seeds coming up. We can still roll one of those. So let's see if we can pull that off for you and get some of those nasty seeds out there. Good GG to both of you. Really good matchup, really fun matchup to watch, and definitely one that I think people are going to remember for a while. That was a very well run set of races today. GG to both of you.
GG's Mustard.
GG, MaCobra.
Awesome series.
It's been a pleasure.
Man.
So with that said, let's run over the quarterfinals that we do have coming up in the next, week or so. I just mentioned MaCobra and Tapatio J. That's going to be one of them. In the same set of brackets, we have Ibuba7 and Paradex 64. So the winners of each of those matches will play each other in the semifinals. Meanwhile, on the upper half of the bracket, we do, or I shouldn't really refer to it that way, but on the top half of the bracket here, we have a Gamer Cal versus my co-commentator tonight, the Hacksaw. That's going to be a matchup in the quarterfinals. We also have Proa 007 and Mitch Flower Power, which will be a sensational matchup, I believe. And another one that you could probably say could be a final if it was laid out any differently. Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be one of those exciting matches. Although at this point, I mean, they're all pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, they are. And good luck to you as well in your series against GamerCal. I know GamerCal is formidable, so that should be fun to watch as well. And before we wrap up tonight, since as we move into the quarterfinals, any last thoughts as we finish this tonight?
No, I mean it was just it was a pretty exciting round. I mean, a lot of good races, so I'm excited to see the ones going forward. Should only be getting better from here.
Well, make sure everyone that you stay tuned in the coming days. Make sure you follow SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6 to catch any of the races whenever they come on for these quarterfinals, and also in the semifinals and finals as they appear as well. And we'll make sure to bring those to you here. With that said, make sure to follow our runners, of course, as well. More importantly, follow both the HUmanMustard and MaCobra, and make sure you hang out with them and thank them for this quality content as well, this quality race that they put on tonight. And if you wish, follow the Haxer as well. Again, also a runner and a quarterfinalist himself. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Well, let me just check the schedule and make sure whether there's anything else coming on. I think we are done on this channel for the night. I see there's some Zelda 1 Randomizer going on 3 and some Links to the Past Randomizer League on 5. We're probably going to end up joining 5 in action here. And with that said, I want to wish everyone a wonderful, wonderful evening. See you in the quarterfinals. See you then. Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.